I like the rock and roll music, and I like to dance the cha-cha-cha.
2013 has been a very eventful year for Singapore. So, do you have any 3 news highlights that you could think of right now?
3 news highlights. Actually, not much 2013, but one is I can remember is I enjoy most is maybe National Day. Because National Day this year National Day is very different, and I like the fireworks and all those fighter jets. So that's one of my highlights. Another highlight is right now can't think of.
Like the Singapore riot, the Little India riots. I'm not very sure.
More news about Singapore, the price all come up.
The price. That's the news.
Maybe the riots, and yeah, that's actually the only thing I can come up with.
For me personally, I think Zouk Out was interesting. The Little India, that was like an eye-opener. And I think maybe Laneway was good as well at the start of the year. I think, yeah.
The haze.
I know, right? It was terrible. But why do you remember that period?
Because
that was the period that I had to stay at home most of the time.
this is during our holidays, so.
Or like the F1, and I'm actually quite slow here. Because I'm in the army, so I don't really know a lot of things.
2013, I think nothing, but only a Little India riot, which was really big. I think increase in dengue cases is another one. Dengue cases, dengue.
I'm so sorry.
Like, I mean, nothing at all.
Yeah, I got no clue.
Is it this year? This year, the Little India riot. Yeah, it's also like very serious. So I remember. One more. I don't think I have any.
Zouk Out.
Zouk Out.
Yeah, Halloween this year was damn fun. USS and all those. Yeah, it's damn fun.
Okay, so you saw what people thought were the highlights of this year. And I would say that, okay, in my opinion, I think that there were a lot more interesting and important things to talk about, like, let's say, haze. I think the haze was pretty important, okay? How did you guys forget that? Okay, but aside from that, like, what? All the increased murder and stabbing cases, all the, like, slashings, all the hate on cyclists, motorists, cyclists fighting with each other kind of stuff. You know, I think the white paper was pretty important. You know, things like the increased number of protests happening. You know, Free My Internet, white paper protests. Even Pink Dot grew quite a bit. The hackings, Anonymous.
The Anonymous arc.
Yeah, and people remembered the Little India riot, because like Zouk Out, F1. I mean, people remember the Little India riot, it just happened. I would say that if the riot happened in January, right, no one would be bringing up about the riot. This is my opinion, I could be wrong. Okay, but it seems that we don't really keep up with the news or bother to remember much of it, you know, like, what do you think?
I'm really hoping for like a different take on this like next year. If we do this video again at the end of next year, I'm really hoping that, you know, people do bring up like more important issues that happen. Because personally for me, like, I feel that a lot of the issues that were brought up today were, I mean, yeah, it was interesting, you know, it's fun and everything. They were all like very fun and like, you know, events where you could socialize with friends or whatever, but very few people actually brought up incidents that matter, and I hope that that's a trend that changes next year. Yeah, you know, and for myself, I think that, you know, the most important events this year, I think would be, to me personally, Pink Dot, because that grew a lot. It's been a movement that's been a long time in coming, and then the protests, I think a lot of protests have been happening this year, and that's something that it's good to keep an eye on, I think, because we shouldn't lose track of what we want and how to stake a claim in our own futures and stuff like that. And yeah, what do you think of this year personally?
I think this year was a very eventful year. There's a lot of interesting happenings and going ons that we didn't really see in the past. And like the ones I mentioned before, you know, riots, the really crazy haze, the protests and everything, you know. So I think it was very interesting, and we should keep an eye on that and try not to get distracted too much by all the, I mean, we have very good events, concerts and everything, but try not to get too distracted by it. This is our country after all, you know, stake a claim for what you want, keep an eye on your own country and shape it a little bit, you know. National conversations, and yeah. So, Merry Christmas and Happy New Year.
Yeah, Merry Christmas.
Maybe we should do it together. Like, okay.
Merry Christmas and
Happy New Year.